Hi, I'm Larry Johnson. I am a professor here at Texas A&M University, and today we're going to talk about the female reproductive tract. We're going to talk about the placenta, umbilical cord, a mammary gland, summary, and questions.
In addition to the reproductive tract, in mammals, we have the mammary gland to produce milk, which is very handy for mammals because a baby could drink milk on command. And in fact, whether the mother ate that particular day or not doesn't matter. The baby, she has to eat some time during that week, of course, but she doesn't have to eat every day to produce milk every day. So you see there are ducts, and then ducts are growing. You have little alveoli which make secretions to occur, and each one of those has several myoepithelium that squeezes the milk out. And so here we can see the implantation this is the cell mass that's accruing that we didn't see in the other fetus. All we saw with the membranes. A decidual reaction that occurs, so you get implantation to occur. Then the fetus is actually embedded into the wall, but it can't invade the whole mother or whole uterus because of the vesicular reaction that we see there. And then finally we get a discoid type placenta that interacts with the mother and carries nutrients through the umbilical cord to the baby. And here we see some of the placental villi that would be interacting with the mother's blood. There it is right here. You can see the placenta projections that would be interacting with the mother's blood. Here the mother's blood would actually be bathing these epithelial cells, lining the connective tissue, and this is fetal blood inside. Here's a placenta that we can see the placenta right here in the umbilical cord running to the baby. Again, we can see the placenta right here, and there is a fetus. These are in the body world, wonderful samples. And then we see the umbilical cords. It's got two arteries and a vein that we can see in the umbilical cord. If you look at remember the different types of connective tissue. One of the connective tissue is a mucous connective tissue, which is one of the connective tissue with special properties, and the mucous connective tissue is what you have. It's very soft and cushioning, provides a cushioning, but nevertheless is stout as well. Not as stout as collagen, but it helps maintain the blood vessels inside there, protect them. And also nourishment to protect offspring is one of the things that the female reproductive does. This is a nipple showing you these ducts, the milk gland ducts. There's also hair follicles on the nipple. You see this, the stratified squamous, keratinized stratified squamous on the surface, and sebaceous gland. Here we see the breast where the cells not develop too much. There's mostly fat in the breast. So here we can see blobs in the pregnancy. You can see the development of the alveoli. Here's the individual alveola, and then right around there would be the myoepithelium that surrounds it to squeeze it out. Again, this would be where milk is produced. As you get later in pregnancy, the progesterone kicks in. Prolactin kicks in from the brain as well to stimulate milk production. And the whole thing is orchestrated. The milk production too, where you have estrogen or progesterone and estrogen to stimulate the development of the mammary gland, and then finally you get prolactin, which stimulates actually milk production. So we have the female reproductive tract. The ovary is the main thing with the follicles, and you have hormones from the brain as well as from the pituitary, and it's from the ovary orchestrating the entire process, follicular development, hormones associated with the uterus modification and maintenance. So in summary, the function of the female reproductive tract is to produce gametes and also cycle in order to facilitate mating and also for facilitate changes in the female reproductive tract. And the cyclic is the cyclic of the hormone that are producing. And then if she doesn't get pregnant, or even if she does get pregnant, the postnatal repetition, do it again, cycle again, so that they can have more kids. So you got follicular development, you got some many follicles are gonadotropic, you have the menstrual cycle, as well as for the different components of the cervix and the vagina to facilitate transport. We have a couple of questions here. The female reproductive system produces ova, transport ova and sperm, provides a microenvironment fertilization implantation, and provides nourishment protection postnatally. To accomplish these functions in constant repetition, coordination of organs is paramount. Examples of this: ovarian hormones orchestrate the endometrial cycle. True. Ovarian hormones feedback to the hypothalamus. True. Ovarian pituitary hormones orchestrate the mammary gland development and lactation. True. Answer is E. Oogenesis differs from spermatogenesis in gonadal hormones that regulate the function of accessory glands. True. Testosterone in the male, estrogen and progesterone in the female. Cyclic nature of function of the ducts associated with the gonad. Things pretty much are constant in the male, but they do cycle in the female. Temperature gonad. True. Gonads are in the body cavity in the female body temperature, but in the male it is in the scrotum is cooler. Answer is E. Features of the fallopian tubes include ciliated epithelium in its luminal surface. True. Divisions known as infundibulum, ampulla, and isthmus. True. That is oviduct. And then the lymphatic vessels add rigidity to the numerous finger-like fimbria. That is true. So in the fimbria, there are lymphatics that aid in its rigidity. So the answer is E.
We want to acknowledge the original source of drawings, figures, and images that might have been used during this presentation. This is the original source have been identified for these contributions. This is the end of the female reproductive tract. That is the placenta, umbilical cord, mammary gland, summary, and questions. Thank you.